Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at a 2012 Clone Wars set. This is set 9491, the Geonosian canon, with 132 pieces, 4 minifigures. It originally retailed for $19.99, and now if you want it used, you can pay about $23. New, expect to pay about $37. So it's nothing that's gone super crazy into the ether there with price, that is. But that being said, this is the only set that you can get the Zombie Geonosian and Phase 1 Gree in, so I'm actually surprised it's not more, I guess just because the set was so cheap in the beginning. But nonetheless, it's a pretty cool set. This is the second one, but I don't think I ever reviewed the very original on my main channel, so here I am. I'm reviewing this one now on the LEGO channel. So before we get into the canon, which is a pretty simple build though, it does look pretty neat and goes great if you have like a Geonosian battle scene. I do want to go over the minifigures with you guys. So first up we have Commander Green. He comes with just a standard rifle there, and I really like the green and then his little bandolier that goes across his torso there. He looks just like his Clone Wars action figure as well. Commander Green is my very favorite clone trooper actually, and I think they did a great job on the printing and making all the green, and it even goes down to the legs. No printing on the lower legs or the feet at this point, and then nothing on the arms, but still pretty cool. He has an exclusive torso, of course, and then of course an exclusive helmet, which looks so good in my opinion. Taking it off, it is just a normal Clone Wars clone face, so nothing super special there, even though Commander Green does have a double mohawk, but they can't really convey that in Lego form with him having a helmet on as well, so that's just what you get. But nonetheless, he is a really cool minifigure. And then we get our Jedi Bearasofi, which has been seen again in realistic form, but this is her Clone Wars form, and I think it's not too bad. Those eyes are just a little bit far apart because they kind of, the edges scrape on her hood a little bit, but I think nonetheless she still looks pretty good. Purple lipstick, very unique look. No printing on the back of the head. That wasn't crazy common during this time in 2012. We didn't see it a whole lot. But yeah, she has nice detailing on her torso. The legs are blank, which is kind of a shame. And then I do like her little mini half cape, though it is the really kind of thin, papery kind. And then she comes with a blue lightsaber, but not bad at all, especially since this is like the first appearance of Bearasofi. Actually, she might have made an appearance before that in like 2006. But this is her first Clone Wars appearance, so it's pretty good nonetheless. And then we have the Zombie Geonosian, which is pretty cool. I remember seeing the Clone Wars episode for this. It might have been an ARC, I don't remember, but I remember being like blown away that there were Zombie Geonosians, and they look really good. They're pretty much just like the normal Geonosians, but gray and kind of tattered. The wings look a little bit torn in places. And then they're totally gray, and then they have some gray eyeballs. They also made a Clone Wars action figure of this guy, which I also have, but yeah, pretty neat figure nonetheless. There's lots of detailing and little bitty, you know, speckling and gold pieces, gold trim. They're really cool minifigures. I'm surprised they're not worth more because I just really like them. I think they're super neat. And of course, they have a very unique, very classic space-like blaster, but again, pretty fitting though to what the Geonosians use. These wing pieces are pretty cool. They're a little bit hard to figure out how to get in the correct position. If you don't line them up right, they're going to stick straight up on the back rather than kind of do that little foldy motion that we see, but they look pretty neat. They make the figures a little heavy, a little wide, so it's definitely one that you could display without the wings if you so prefer. And then we have the normal Geonosian, and again, pretty cool. You can see that little 2012 Lego logo there, which is nice, I guess. Again, pretty cool. Just a tan, exactly like the Zombie Geonosian, just different colored pretty much, and then the wings are whole. And again, we have that blaster, which is pretty neat. So overall, I think you have a great minifigure selection for this set. I mean, you get all 4 of these characters are super unique to the set, which is the huge draw for me to get it originally. And then, of course, we have the cannon, which is still neat on its own accord. So here we have the cannon, and it's pretty simple. It's got the same kind of light lime colors as the Geonosian blasters, which gives it the effect that they're emitting the same sort of like ammunition, I guess. And then there's some flick fires here that are actually done with these little missiles. If you just push them, they shoot out, which is cool. I like that better than the flick fire because the flick fire you just can end up missing a lot if you flick it with your finger. So when they have these like little additives on the back, it really helps give off the effect there really pretty cool, and I really like the colors of it. It's pretty unique. So the cannon itself is done in dark brown and orange, which I think is a really interesting look. There's also some dark gray in here. There's definitely a platform for your Geonosian to stand on, and he can actually control with these little controls here the angle of the cannon. It does rock back on these little axis here, which is pretty neat. And you can see the real firing missiles and then the one that you'd use for, you know, pretend play there. But it looks really good. It's super sturdy because the feet on this thing are so wide. The only thing is you kind of can't see the Geonosian over the head of the cannon very well, but that's okay. You could definitely get a couple of these and have a couple like Geonosian. I mean, it doesn't, I think it works realistic and for the realistic Star Wars because it doesn't show so much that it's Clone Wars, if that makes sense. Like I could see this in the Battle of Geonosians in Episode 2 because your Geonosians aren't Clone Wars specific, and then you could change out the clones and the Jedi, of course. But pretty cool. Yeah, rather large base. You could put a couple. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to probably use the zombie if you're going for a realistic setting, but you could put a couple of Geonosians around it and just make it look like it's being infested by bugs. And I think it looks pretty cool. And then I like that it can tilt up, and it holds its stance pretty well if you go all the way up. Now, I think you will hit an angle where it'll kind of just fall back down, just like right there, but it's really not that big of a deal. A great little display piece, a great enemy weapon. We get, you know, especially for Episode 2 or the Clone Wars, we don't have as many enemy weapons, I feel. And so having a big cannon for Geonosians is really, really neat, in my opinion. And I think it has a pretty good display presence. It looks pretty neat with the Geonosian on the back, so I like it. I think that it comes with a great amount of minifigures. All of them, again, are exclusive to this set. You get 2 bad guys, 2 good guys. You get a cannon. I think it's really was a really well-received set. At least I hope it was. I feel like it should have been. I wasn't paying attention back then if it was well-received. But it's really cool nonetheless. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, I will see you guys later.